Hold on a second. The judge just said they're not even sure why this deal exists. That's a huge warning sign. Right away, you can tell this case won't be straightforward. Here's the issue in plain terms.
All right, so here's the thing. I'm not even sure where this agreement came from and why I accepted it in the first place. Okay, this is cause numbers 22-39100, 22-39101. Are you Leticia Tibo? And Miss Tibo is on...
Failing to register isn't minor. For people under this rule, it's one of the most closely watched requirements. The whole system relies on knowing where they are. When that's ignored, judges run out of patience quickly. Now, the prosecution is dropping a few charges so they can...
Currently on probation for failure to comply with sex offender registration in each of these cases. I looked this up. I think there may be, and Ms. Simon's here, this update report says 2 10-year adjudicated probations, but it was a 2-year term.
It was 2 over 5.
2 TDC over 5, correct?
Right.
Okay, just making sure. And so Ms. Tibo was previously here, entered pleas of true to counts 2 and 4 in the motion to revoke probation. And I've received the updated pre-sentence report. Have you all received that updated report?
Yes.
Any additions or corrections to that other than the one that I already made?
I know.
And there was no agreement. Is there any evidence with regard to the other counts, Mr. Hoffpower?
Any new, meaning new, failed to register?
No. I don't know. She pled true to counts 2 and 4, so there's obviously some other counts. Do you have any witnesses or evidence with regard?
Focus on the ones they're confident about. It's a strategy move. Cut the weaker parts and put all the weight on the strongest evidence. Next up, the probation officer speaks. This person plays a major role.
We're going to full abandon those counts. See on.
Okay.
Other than I call my probation officer, but I like her opinion.
Okay, so I guess there was an arrest in
It's in Florida.
Palatka, Florida. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me...
Putnam County.
Okay, so count 1. Why don't you have any evidence with regard to count 1 if your probation officer's here?
We can call them. Sorry. Apologize, Your Honor.
Ma'am, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. You may proceed.
Their testimony often carries serious influence because judges see them as the ones who know the defendant best. Then we learn this. Since January, there's been no communication at all.
Please take the name from the record.
Sarah Simon.
I'm a son. Are you the probation officer?
I am.
And how long have you been in the prison?
Year and a half.
And throughout the time that you've been a probation officer, has you complied with either one of the cases?
Speak up, please. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, she has not.
She's not.
Yeah, okay. In what instances has she not complied?
Ms. Tibo has had inconsistent reporting habits. She's not paid for her process fees. She's educated in the
Was she allowed, first of all, was she allowed to do her probation in Texas to venture out of the state and be in Florida?
No.
That she wasn't allowed?
She was not allowed.
Is she allowed through her reporting as a sex offender to move or go to another state? I don't know if that's a probation. Is she allowed to leave?
It's months of silence. Imagine not checking in with your boss for half a year and expecting no consequences. Probation doesn't work like that. Here's the timeline. She stopped reporting in January.
Not without.
She pled true to that. Count one is that she has not reported since January 27th of 2025.
Is that true now that she, and intermittently, or she is fully, she's been calling Scott
She is absconded.
since that day?
Yes. Or 90 days after that contact with her, she is absconded.
Okay, and since she reported since the time on which she was arrested?
She has not reported
Have you spoken to her at the jail?
at the hearing.
All right, did she give a reason for why she didn't report? At this time, I'll pass it on.
Okay, I also would like to know, Ms. Simon, were you able to confirm in any way the arrest? Obviously, she's going to say she didn't do it, and that's okay, but if she was actually just, whether an arrest happened in Florida?
Yes, I did obtain an arrest report from Florida.
PC. But do you have a problem cause? You have a school office?
The school.
Okay, for what crime was it?
There's two. I think one was theft and an obstruction by disguise first.
It was all the same incident?
Yes.
What date did that occur, according to the law?
June 29th, 2025.
And were both those committed?
Objection as far as committed, Your Honor. I don't object to her listing evidence as far as an arrest.
An
As far
arrest.
as the actual commission, it would violate the right to further
Did
prosecution.
the allegation occur?
Yeah, the arrest.
The arrest occurred while she was on probation?
Kelly, this just did something again.
Correct.
And those haven't been resolved here yet?
Not now.
Actually, no.
Yes.
She initially failed to report in January, is that right, of 2025?
That was the last face-to-face contact I had.
January 2025. Then arrest, June 29th.
Disappeared for months and was finally picked up in Florida by June. Was that just bad timing, or was she avoiding supervision? That's the question. And let's be clear, this isn't the first problem.
2025. So February, March, April, May, June, 5 failures to report. And she went into absconder status March of 2025.
It'd be April,
April,
like 90 days after.
90. So April 2025, she became an absconder. 2 months after that, she was arrested in Florida, is that right?
Right.
So you were aware she was in Florida, which state? When were you made aware that she was in custody?
I received a phone call from somebody that let me know that she was arrested and in jail in Florida. And then that's when I received this arrest report.
When did there was an MTRP entered into NCIC, I guess, after April? Was there an MTRP, and that's why Florida advised you there was an active warrant for her then?
There was an active warrant for the interim. She was arrested for these.
Right, and that warrant popped up in June in Florida.
Correct.
So from June 29th to today, she's been in custody, is that right? So
I
she
didn't try to
couldn't
open
report
anything,
it
it just started doing stuff
to
all the time.
probation department. She's in custody from June 29th to today. It was locked up.
I don't care.
That's not her fault. She can't.
Correct.
As far as supervising her, she has reported, you say inconsistently, that means she has reported some, correct?
Correct.
During the times that she has reported, have you been able to interact with her appropriately? She maintain proper demeanor, that type of thing?
She was, yes, that she was consistently late. I had to reschedule her several different times to get her.
Have you had any other difficulties with her as far as just maybe perhaps being late with scheduling, as far as your actual interactions? She maintain appropriate demeanor, acted appropriately with you?
Yes.
Would you object to continuing the supervision?
I do.
Why is that?
My personal opinion, I don't think this student sees her probation as a priority. She has been on probation since 2022 and has made no progress in regards to her some community service, and that's
When you say progress, how do you measure progress?
satisfying our court order conditions.
And how is she falling short other than the fees and things?
If she committed
So
an
is this correct in the, hold on a second, hold on. Is in the updated report, it states that since she was granted supervision, has reported 6 times for scheduled office visits. Is that a correct number? Okay. 6 times since 2022.
I have another question, Your Honor.
Let's let Mr. Kimler finish.
If she were to be extended, which the court has the power to do, I mean, you would continue to supervise her, right? Or would you have a problem with supervising
I would work with her.
her? See any indication of the need for some type of mental health control or anything of that nature? I mean, I understand she's only reported 6 times. You see any kind of programs or other things that probation could do for her, to maybe perhaps to get her on the right track?
I think the only other option would be the cognitive device.
Pass witness.
Your Honor, is this the first time that we've been here on these 2 cases for a motion to remove?
No.
Violations have been piling up one after another. Each time the court gave her a chance, she didn't follow through. A quick legal note: concurrent sentences mean serving time all at once instead of back-to-back. So,
Another time back in 2024, in which we had a hearing similar to this, not me, especially as the attorney, but she was brought in on a motion to remove, and her probation was amended, and she was given 30 days in JCCL, and she was continued, and she was added to the mental health case. Correct?
No, I mean, if she didn't report enough to be transferred over to the high case.
This is not even the first time that we've been here on this, on similar allegations. That was a year in 2024, we did the same deal. Is that correct?
I might follow up on that. I believe in the previous HURP, she had a motion, to get a motion to revoke. She had federal charges, is that right?
Correct.
The NTRP was filed after she received the federal charges.
I believe so.
She was housed in Sally, are you supervising her then?
Oh, it's not.
Do you know if the detainer was placed on her for that NTRP while she was in federal custody?
I do not.
Did she actually do federal time while she was on probation for this case?
That is why the NTB was dismissed.
So she received, I think, about a year sentence in federal court for misprision of felony. Is that consistent with
1 year federal probation.
prison? She was locked up, right?
She got probation.
She had 1 year federal probation.
Probation for misprision? Or you know, what the offense was?
I thought it was a concession.
Anyway, she received a year of federal probation, so she was not revoked and was allowed to serve the probation concurrently.
Correct.
So during the period that she was on federal probation for that year, do you know if she was reporting to a federal probation officer? Was any issues with the federal probation she was aware of?
According to the CBO, she successfully completed her probation.
And that was at the same time that she was on probation with Jackson County.
Correct.
Was she reporting to you during that time period as well? What was her reporting record in Jefferson County during that period? I guess it was probably back in 2024.
Well, she's reported 6 whole times. So obviously it wasn't great even when it was then.
But she was being supervised at least during that period federally. Was that successful? Does that indicate to you that perhaps she could successfully complete Jefferson County probation?
She has the ability to do it. But whether or not she has the motivation or the want to do so.
I've passed with you.
All right, any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Simon. Any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
I would defer to Ms. Tibo, Your Honor. She wanted to address the court. I think she has written to the court, and that letter's incorporated in the PSI.
I received it and read it. Anything else?
No, I mean, when I did fail to report it, sometimes I was hard with scheduling, but a lot of it had to do with my mother being sick, and I brought my mother sick to her office with me multiple times. figured I wasn't able to just stay where she was at. I brought her when I could. I mean, she's passed now, but at that time frame after.
But I mean, we're talking about since 2022.
I was in
Or
a
20
federal facility for a year and a day.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. I'm not even sure where this agreement came from and why I accepted it in the first place, because
2 years total instead of 4. In legal terms, that's actually the most lenient outcome possible here. Finally, watch the judge's tone. You can hear the frustration.
giving somebody the minimum of 2 on a probation, so I have really nothing to do hardly on this. But Ms. Tibo, I mean, you've been given every opportunity over the last 4 or 5 years to do everything you're supposed to on this probation, and you've refused to do that. You've flat out refused, and everybody, we all have different issues that go along with parents and family members and things that go wrong. And instead of, I mean, it looks like, I think one of the things that concerns me the most is that you called June 2nd asking why the police went to your home. June 2nd you called. And so your probation officer said there's a warrant because of your violations on June 2nd. Then you went to Florida and got arrested for 2 new offenses without registering, without obviously telling anybody where you are and the type of probation you're on, the offense that you're on probation for. That's probably the number one thing that you should do. So flee in the state when you know that there is a warrant for your arrest. Gives me no reason to leave you on probation. Unfortunately, I think for me and for the community, the most I can do is 2 years, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find, based on the evidence today, that counts 1 and 3 are true. So I'm going to find you entered your pleas of true to 2 and 4 freely and voluntarily. Find all 4 counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and cause number 2239100, revoke your probation, sentence you to a term of 2 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You do receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. And cause number 2239101, also find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and at this time revoke your probation, sentence you to 2 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive.
It's no longer just procedure. It's a firm warning, almost like a parent who has lost trust after repeated rule breaking. Judges rarely get this blunt unless they've completely run out of patience.
Which means together at the same time. You need to sign that, please. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows there was no agreement. You do have some rights to appeal. You can talk to Mr. Kimler about that, and he'll give you a copy of that as soon as y'all get it signed. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.